If you were to purchase a nuke for us, this is essentially how we put ours in. So that's more or less what I would tell you to do if you were looking. But there's plenty of YouTube videos out there that will show you how to do this. You can see this one is trying to get away from us. One of the reasons we're going to keep it. Plus, there's always needs in our own yard for beehives. So if we have one that's getting close to swarm, rather than it hitting the trees, we're just going to go ahead and do our best to get it into a box. We're going to be real slow with this first frame, trying to make sure we don't pinch or roll the queen. We're going to pull this off. And essentially we're going to put these into the hive in the same general rotation or orientation that we pull them out. And you can see we've got brood all the way out to the 5th frame. So these bees are needing some space. Lucky for us, we do have a little bit of extra drawn comb just from hives that either failed, didn't come back mated, whatever the case may be, some that died over winter. These are queens that we have grafted ourselves. We're pretty happy with our stock. This to me looks like a pretty good brood pattern. You can see on the other side, she's laying it up really well. And like I said, if you don't move, when they're already getting this big, if you don't move them soon, they're going to swarm in this little container pretty quickly. We will take these, if we have an older queen that maybe is failing, and we know she won't make it through the year anyway, and she's not going to produce us any honey, we'll go ahead, we'll pinch that queen, and then we will add a strong nuke such as this, so that they can go ahead and take over that hive and hopefully get us some honey made on a hive that, or on a colony that typically wouldn't have done anything for us. I'm kind of peeking for our queen as I go through. You can see nectar dripping out of the frame, which means they're trying to backfill, which is always a bad sign. I don't see her so far, but it's possible we missed her, but we'll keep looking. We don't catch her here in a second. We may go back through it one time. You can see our queen cell and queen cell protector from where we inserted one of our grafted cells right here. Here's another, what I feel like is a really nice frame.
It's pretty.
Here's where they're trying to backfill some nectar, where these bees are starting to emerge. And again, this is a sign that this hive was ready to move. It'd been a great one to sell this weekend. We did have some people pick a few nukes up, and we'll still have some available next weekend that are a little behind these. So if anybody is still interested or looking, we still have some available. Our main thing was on these that are strong, are fairly strong, we had to get them used before they were gone. See right there, but let's go ahead and get this frame in the box. It could be that she's down in the nuke. Let's take a peek and see if we see her down there. Some of my queens come out looking almost brown with straps on them, and they mix with these bees really easily. It's almost hard to pick them up. So we may just be looking right at her and I don't realize it. But this, if you don't see your queen, there's always a good chance that she's in the box already that we moved and we just missed her. But it's still possible she could be here. So what I want you to do whenever you get this is shake it, bang them all to one side, and then pour them in. And we'll take another quick look to see if we see her. We're going to bang it one more time, push all the bees down. Now the majority of the bees are in our hive. Now where's my smoker? There it is. What we'll do, just for the video, we're going to go through real quick before we add any extra frames. And we're going to take one more look for the queen. And that's just water, that's not that much nectar. The corrugated plastic hives, they kind of have a tendency to retain a little moisture. The bees will clean that up relatively quickly. Especially on a hot day like this, it's not going to hurt them. I did see a lot of eggs and brood on this frame, so I thought it was possible she could have been on this first one. We're just going to take our time going through each frame, see if we can spot our queen. If not, like I said, I feel reasonably confident she's in the box at this point. And what we'll do is we'll close them up and leave them alone if we don't see her. It could be where she's even running out of room to lay a little bit. She may have started to slim down. They may be trying to get her prepared to swarm. And we're going to give them some immediate drawn comb, and then we're going to come back here with another deep box with some heavy wax foundations and stick right on top of them, just so that we can have extra room. And fingers crossed we keep these in the box. They seem like good bees to me. They should make a good honey crop next year. We don't want to lose them. There she is. And that's where I sometimes have struggles finding them, because you see she's kind of tiger striped. She looks just like the other bees in there, really. But we're going to ease her down. She's going around the other side. Before something happens to her, we're just going to make sure she's in the box. We're going to push our frames together.
And that's in the order that they had them, right?
That's how we pulled them out. Yeah, we pulled them straight out of the box this way. So
does that keep them kind of oriented together? Or?
Should kind of keep them going. I've got another box back here that I'm going to grab.
They're very gentle bees too. They're not even coming after us, even after we knocked them over and dumped them in.
So this is a hive that did not have a queen come back. They were on the verge of becoming a laying worker. So all I did was I shook all the bees out of it and packed it up, because I knew we were moving this hive, so that we could have plenty of drawn combs to give that queen in this hive room to lay. And then on top of everything, my intentions are to come back this evening with another box, another deep, and throw some undrawn frames above her. I want these bees to take full advantage of the honey flow and get into a good double deep with plenty of stored honey over the winter. If they manage to just really blow up and make a super, that's fine. But we're not worried about this one making honey this year. That's really more what we're hoping for next year. Having an extra comb like this does help give your bees a good head start if you don't throw them around. So if you happen to have some, and again, you know, it's not diseased or nothing wrong with it, that is a good option to put onto your nukes to give them an extra head start on the season. Got them a little too far to this side, so we're going to push them back just a touch. Keep everybody back together, push them together tight. We'll put our lid on, and that nuke is installed and ready to go. If you have any questions, reach out to us, comment, like, subscribe. Again, anybody that's watching in the northeast Arkansas area, we do have some nukes that were a little bit behind these that should be ready next weekend. Just reach out to us either on our Facebook, here on YouTube. We'd be happy to get you set up. Thank you very much.